On night, we begin with the coronavirus crisis in China. Imagine being that person responsible for a group of people in the middle of a pandemic, but you can do very little to help. Now, that is the case with Kenya's ambassador to China, Sarah Serem, who, despite traveling back to China, is yet to offer assistance to more than 100 Kenyan students stuck in Hubei province, the epicenter of the coronavirus. And as the deadly virus continues to spread and kill many, Serem has opted to seek divine intervention, asking God to watch over Kenyans in Wuhan. Our broadcast with our very own Enoch Sikolia.
With over 100 students, Kenyans make up a sizable chunk of foreigners in Wuhan state that has been under lockdown for weeks because of the coronavirus. And as the virus spreads, Kenya's ambassador to China, Sarah Serem, is becoming increasingly worried. Invoking her experiences in her long-standing career in public service, Serem says the coronavirus had presented her with the toughest moments of her life. She says in part, going through the daily updates of the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, reading the number of infections, number of deaths, those in critical condition, and in Wuhan, where I have close to 100 students, sends a chill down my spine. The death toll from the outbreak has surged past 1,600 after 139 more people died in hard-hit Hubei province, the epicenter of the outbreak. The province has reported 1,843 fresh cases, the third day that reported new infections declined in the province. According to Serem, over 100 Kenyans, most of them students, live in Wuhan. These students have been calling on the government, asking to be evacuated.
Every other country is evacuating their citizens from this city, but our embassy is not doing anything to us.
But the government has insisted that Kenyans in Wuhan are better off in the Chinese city, which is on a lockdown. In what seems to be an admission that an evacuation is not coming the students' way anytime soon, Serem directed her energies towards the Most High God. She says, and I quote, I insulate every of my children in Wuhan and put a wall of fire around each one of them. She says coronavirus has changed her world. She talks about the anxiety and emotional appeal shown by the students locked in the epicenter of the deadly virus. Her message goes on, I embrace every student in Wuhan as my child and part of my family. Every breath of my life is a whisper of prayer for each Kenyan locked up at the center of the virus. I think of Olivia, the pregnant girl. Think of Kevin and his family, his pregnant wife, and little 3-year-old baby girl. I think of the team of student leadership who on daily basis have to bear and address every emotional moment of the students. I think of Wamboi, who is alone in her university and has nobody to reach out to. Her statement comes at a time the World Health Organization, WHO, urged governments to step up their efforts to prepare for the virus.
We are encouraged that the steps China has taken to contain the outbreak at its source appear to have bought the world time, even though those steps have come at greater cost to China itself, but it's slowing the spread to the rest of the world.
Enoch Sikolia, Citizen TV.
All right, Enoch, that will continue tomorrow.